All right. Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully this is working. I forgot to turn the mic back on. Let me make sure we're good here on the sound. All right. You guys hear me okay? Needed to close down the other one really quick. Restarting it. All right, guys. So let me get this set back up. All right, guys. So here I am just sitting here drinking my morning coffee, looking sexy as hell as usual. And let's give this one more try. And hopefully this starts filling back up. Only 2 people watching so far. We hear you. Okay, good. Let me make sure the volume is good. All right, everything should be good. All right, let's get back over to some questions. Reliable, yeah, you'd asked me about blood flow restriction. So for those reasons, I am simply not a fan. So you'd asked me about blood flow restriction, so let me hop over and explain it again in detail for people. All right, the only benefits to blood flow restriction are that it may be equal in some cases to traditional training with lighter loads, subject to debate. It's painful. It takes more time. It takes more energy to set up for the same gains in muscle, but you're going to get less benefits to tendon and bone. You're going to get less tendon and bone remodeling. Realistically, if you did most of your training as blood flow restriction, somehow I'd go so far as to say that your total injury risk in general would be higher because you're going to have weaker bones and tendons but strong muscles. This is a worst case scenario. But the main thing is it offers no actual benefits. There's no extra gains. There's rare rehab settings where it might be useful. And I think kind of what I've heard people say before too is what? What is it they say? Well, it's useful for arms or legs during a deload week. Well, if you knew how to program, you wouldn't be needing a bunch of deload weeks. So that's not really a valid argument. Do we really need deload weeks? I don't take deload weeks, and I squat 500 pounds and rep out 315 at age 48 on the bench. I'm just saying, I don't think we need deload weeks. Deload weeks are a sign of bad programming or poor temporary fatigue management. Something went wrong with your fatigue management. You shouldn't technically need them, other than occasionally when something went wrong with your fatigue management. Right? You were training really hard and then your life came unraveled in such a way that your recovery got compromised. So even that argument for using them in that setting doesn't make a lot of sense. It was a trend. I used to joke about it, call it people putting a junkie strap on in the gym. And that's really how it is. This is clownery. Like, this is clownery. People trying to come up with bizarre biohacks to sound different or interesting instead of good programming and nice, solid, hard work. The things that actually work. Keep in mind, a lot of the trendy stuff you see out there is literally, let's do something trendy and different because of hard work. Interpectoral development ideas, all you can do is make your chest bigger. It could be the way that your insertions are laid out, or it could just be that your chest in general is underdeveloped. But you can't lengthen insertions. So I guess it depends on how big of a gap there is. But is it a gap because you're under muscle or because literally your pectorals are not attaching and your sternum is completely uncovered? And it's just connective tissue there. What advice would you give someone who's just at the start of their fitness journey, aiming to lose 100 plus pounds? No, I actually have zero gyno. I do have sometimes have a little fat on my chest, but That is not gyno. Guys make that mistake. You can be 3% body fat with no fat on your chest, and your gyno will look way worse if you have it. It'll be very visible when you have gyno. Whereas in body fat is just body fat. Because I've previously been really fat. I have a little bit of fat still I need to burn off on my lower chest. But at this time, I do not have gyno. I used drugs to get rid of the natural gyno I had already. It's completely gone at this point. What advice would you give to someone? Let's get over to this. The start of your fitness journey, aiming to lose 100 plus pounds. Take your time. Thomas, here's what I'm going to advise. Do not burn yourself out early on. Start slow. Resistance training. Do not skip out on resistance training. Let's just be frank. If you want your metabolic rate to stay up, you need to start lifting now. Day one. Because you're playing the long game. Get in the weight room. Focus on eating huge amounts of protein. All right. So I could give you a lot of advice on how to lose weight quickly, or I can give you advice on what's going to help you keep it off faster. Or keep it off better and easier. And that's going to be to get your muscle mass and metabolic rate up as much as possible. Weightlifting and protein are your friends. There's where you start. Number one. Number two, understand that you're only going to lose it so fast. And at a certain rate, you're just losing muscle and metabolic rate. Take your time. Take your time. Do you need to lose 100 plus pounds? You're not doing it in 6 months. So focus on clean eating, focus on lifting weights, focus on protein. There's going to be your best start that's going to sustain you for the long haul. Jason, you're talking about both ball barbell squats are going to get me to where I want. Yeah, absolutely not. Are women into muscle? Because women are the Borg, right? All women are the exact same. There's no difference. They're basically produced in a factory with specific brain programming, and they all like exactly the same things. They're just clones. A lot of women like muscle. How much muscle depends on the woman. I'd say most women, I don't want to say all, most women like a little muscle. A lot of women like a lot of muscle. Very, very few like pro bodybuilder level big. Very few like you shredded to the bone. Okay? Just an FYI. So here's what I'll tell you on that. If you're doing fitness to attract women, do not, I repeat, do not go under 10% body fat ever. It's going to be not good. But yeah, definitely gaining muscle will help. But it depends. Every woman's different. Jason, do you rate those fitness resistance bands outside the gym? No access? No, they're supplements to train. What do you mean? You have access? Everyone has access to a gym. Get access to a gym. No, bands are I use a lot of bands for different things. They're very limited. They're generally for just small exercises, for almost prehab type training or finishers. And I like bands, don't get me wrong, but they're not even close to a replacement for weights. No, you need to get access to a gym. Milo Wolf said progressive overload is dead in its volume. Really? Yet all the studies show otherwise. Real life shows otherwise. And Milo Wolf has a PhD in how to get no gains. There were underground gyms everywhere. You just had to pay to go to them illegally. Dude, I had clients who found gyms when everything was locked down that were letting you go in illegally under the table. So don't tell me you didn't have access to a gym. You were not dedicated enough to do what it takes. So if you were serious about your gains, you would have found a gym and trained illegally during COVID. During lockdowns, because everyone I know who was dedicated did that. They went and found a way to train. So you had access. You chose not to. You allowed a tyrant to take your gains. That's some pussy stuff right there. Damn, guys. Man. We got a weak ass generation. Weak. Why do women have bigger legs than most men? Because of body fat. That's been studied, by the way. I didn't even have to think on that one. I knew that one instantly. Most women have less leg muscle than men, but bigger legs oftentimes. It's purely due to body fat storage. If we must know. Oh, also, if you guys will follow me on the Facebook fan page, by the way, if you guys hit me up on my Facebook page, I would appreciate it. What do you mean women squat? Most women don't squat. Most women squat way less than men. What are you talking about? Women who have strong squats because they train the squat. That's it. There is zero reason that if you personally, as a man right now, like let's say you and your girlfriend start lifting and she's a 140-pound woman and you're a 160-pound man, and you both go on the exact same program, literally the same program, in the year you will destroy her squat. The squat that you reach at the end of the year, she will probably not reach in 5 years. Facts. So if the women at your gym are out squatting you, it's literally because you haven't been training the squat in your legs. How much carryover would a 4-plate leg press, 4 plates aside? I don't know, maybe a 225 squat. Maybe. Reliable Andrews, TRT infinitely and noticeably better than the test boosters out there. Reliable Andrew, does drinking air, okay, I'm going to give you, this is not a hyperbole answer. This is literally an equivalent. All right. Is drinking water infinitely better for hydration than swallowing air for hydration? Test boosters don't do anything. They don't work. It's a dead topic. And even if they did, wouldn't be reliable or consistent. So this is a no-brainer. Test boosters don't work. TRT literally works with exact perfect control down to 1% control of exactly where you want your test levels. I mean, we're not even comparable. No test booster has ever consistently worked in studies. The tiny handful have worked in a few cases where people with really low testosterone got a slight boost. But it's not always been consistent study to study. And none of them have ever taken anyone to robust test levels in any study that I have ever seen, even the best ones. And they don't work every time. So there seems to be some factors. Like the strongest one I ever saw that seems to work, they when they got it to work, they tested it in overtrained endurance athletes who all had clinically low testosterone. That was the group that it boosted it slightly in. And that was D-aspartic acid. Coach is someone that depends on the gym for mental health recovery. I lived through the lockdown. Exactly. You have to. You have to find a way. Milo Wolf is why people hate the science-based community pretty much. Can nobody uses honey as a test booster? What? Dude, honey's junk food. I don't even, it's a refined sugar, refined fructose. Bees are not mystical, magical fairies. Their refined sugar they make is just as refined as the refined sugar humans make. They're not magical fairies with magical powers. I get it. They look kind of like fairies. They look like little yellow fairies, but they're not. They don't have magic powers. How could honey decrease your liver inflammation? It's fructose. It's refined fructose. There are plenty of other foods with antioxidants that could have helped you more. Just throwing it out there. And how do you know the honey decreased it? How do you know other lifestyle factors didn't decrease it? So was your liver inflammation elevated and you followed the exact same diet, literally same diet and same lifting protocol and lifestyle and added honey and it went down? You made no other changes. You didn't change your reps, your sets, the amount of broccoli you eat, your calories, nothing. It was the only variable you changed in your entire life. You didn't change the amount of sleep, your stress, nothing else. So you didn't train, had the same diet. Because it just seems a little strange because there's nothing about honey that should decrease your liver inflammation. And why did you have liver inflammation? Because technically honey may increase liver inflammation. Just throwing it out there. Okay. You have a disease. Gotcha. Yeah, it's going to be hard to sell me on that one knowing what I know about fructose metabolism. Like I would want to see your doctor confirm this as a case study. Just not being a dick, I'm just saying. It is refined fructose. That puts a load on the liver. And I can't see anything in it that would have a liver anti-inflammatory effect. Maybe some of the antioxidants, but you could have gotten that antioxidants from anything. Some antioxidants may help a little. All right. But why would he use honey as a test booster? That doesn't even make sense. I mean, not like test boosters are going to work anyways, but I heard rumors and he watches these lives. He might, who knows? But what do we base that rumor on? Did he admit it somewhere or is it just a speculation? You can speculate all sorts of stuff. People speculated that I used to watch his stuff. People speculated, but there was no reality to it. He might, but do you have any, is there any evidence behind the rumors? Do you know anything about rape minoxidil? Yeah, I think it's not worth it. I think the side effects are not worth it. Just shave your head, dude. Bald is beautiful. Keep in mind minoxidil being a 5-alpha reductase inhibitor. So it's kind of like, okay, man, I'm keeping my hair, but I can't get an erection. I'm just throwing out a worst case scenario. Man, I'm keeping my hair, but I'm losing a little muscle mass and my dick won't get hard. Like, what's more important to you? I mean, I would say to the guys who care about them, like, okay, that's cool. I mean, so you can take your minoxidil, you can do that. You can have your beautiful hair that your girlfriend likes, and then I'll pound her pussy for you with my bald head. This works great. I like this arrangement. I'll knock it out for you since you can't do it. Oh man. I mean, what world we're living in where guys are literally willing to make themselves impotent to have a beautiful head of hair that's thinning slower. I used to work at a company that sold it. The side effects are not worth it. Go bald. You're exactly right. I was doing multiple doubles with 605 on the deadlift, and I was on a supplement stack that is prone to causing tendon tears at the time. Very straightforward. And I was obviously bending my elbow. Hello, my friend. I started watching your videos a few years ago after my heart got crushed after a relationship. I got into YouTube and found your channel while I was trying to get into a new thing. Hey, man, getting under a barbell can help you do that sometimes. Right? Yep. Awesome, man. And hopefully that helped you not only get through that time in your life, but then you're going to be healthier and fitter and happier for the lifting. So Spazzy, yeah, I mean, there's a reason I don't like, one of the many reasons I don't like trend or advocate trend for guys on gear. That's one of them. So, and I will quote Andy Bolton. I'm assuming if you are into lifting, you know who Andy Bolton is. And I quote, Andy said, every time I've ever been injured, I was on trend. Hey, Spazzy, I'm just going to ignore that silly question. Is my dad stronger? My dad doesn't lift. Yeah, so a non-lifter is stronger than a 500 plus pound squatter and 600 plus pound deadlifter. That makes total sense. Jesus Christ. Where you guys come up with this stuff? All right. No, there's strong people on both sides of my family. I mean, NFL on my dad's side. One of my aunts on my mom's side has a national squat record. Hey, Spazzy, you're delusional if you think dad strength gives people squats higher than 500 pounds and deadlifts over 600 without training. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. That is not how it works. Hey, coach, I saw you came back. Good morning. Yep. Yeah, Spazzy, that's not really truly a thing either. People still have to lift weights, Spazzy. There's no natural strength in people other than a few really rare genetic freaks, and they're usually really fat and big. Like big frame fat people sometimes, but people are not strong just from moving around. It's not how it works. Like what we would call strength. I'm not talking about to the untrained person who's sedentary, but they think is strong. To those of us who lift, nobody is naturally strong. Again, barring maybe the 6'8", 350-pound fat guy, maybe. But he's doing resistance training every time he gets up off the couch. Greg says, Jason, when I was younger, I was a vegan, and it caused me to lose my hair, put on fat, lose vision, started shaking, twitching at work. Quit working, my girl left me. Wow. I mean, that's extreme. You definitely had some major dietary deficiencies. Yeah. Definitely major deficiencies. Hey, Jason, hope you're doing well. Could I please ask, in terms of small benefits, what's your thoughts on research on green tea consumption? I don't think green tea does anything. Yes, I do my beard myself, but I need to tidy it up today. Actually, it needs to be, I really need to get a better edge on here and everything. I need to tidy it up. I think there's no reason at all to think that green tea benefits body composition to any measurable extent, other than there's some caffeine in it. Coach, have you heard the Scottish Giant Agus from the older days? I have no idea who that is. I thank you for your input. Now, Greg, if you're really looking to improve body composition, lift weights and eat a lot of protein. There's your winner. Jack your protein up, lift weights, a little bit of fasted cardio can go a long way. There's where you improve your body composition dramatically. Jason, do dumbbell flies have a place in pec development or focus more on the presses? No, for someone with lagging pecs, they have a place, maybe as a finisher for bodybuilders. No, I have a few clients who do flies, but it's again dependent upon what else they're doing, right? And I've done flies every now and then. I used to think they were silly, and I used to not going to program flies, but they have a place. No, I can't do contacts, dude. I can't touch my own eyes. I tried. Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, I'd consider LASIX eventually, maybe. Also, guys, if you will all follow me on the Facebook page really quick, if you're not following me there, I would appreciate it. Give me a quick follow and go down the road and like my stuff. Coach, does being strong and jacked increase your chances of survival in things like car crashes, falls from heights? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I have an Instagram too, guys. Oh, that's a thing. Maybe people need to know I got an Instagram. Also, let me get the link to my Instagram's linked under every one of my videos too. All right, hold on. See if I can find the Instagram link. I have it saved somewhere. Somewhere. Where the heck is it? I don't know. Go under my videos. There's definitely a link under every video. Instagram does not make it easy to link your stuff. For some reason. Maybe they changed it. This might be the link off of it. Does this work? That's my Instagram link. I don't know if it worked. No, that says threads. I don't have threads. Let me get rid of that so people don't. This is why I don't like Instagram is so hard to use. It's such a pain. Have you ever do weight vest walking yet? No, my vest isn't rated to hold 100 pounds. Regarding the 531 question, it seems like it's just conjugate without that. No, it's not even remotely anything like conjugate. Rod, you've never run conjugate, bro. As someone who's done conjugate and messed with the 531 template, I don't see any similarities. Wow. Does the weighted vest make it cardio harder? It makes it way harder. Joe, I'm not sure that's a serious question. So go walk down the street and then go put a 50-pound weight vest on and go walk down the street. And you will get the answer to your question. I mean, yeah, I guess that's okay. So does it make it more difficult to walk with a 20-pound weight vest for 30 minutes versus just walking? I think that's still going to be measurably harder. Yeah. All right, guys, I have no idea how to link my Instagram in here for some reason. I got to find the actual link. And does this work? Let's try to work this. Maybe that'll work. All right. Jason, can you clear up the using partial reps to break through the plateau arguments? I've discussed it many times. I don't think there's any point to it. Get bigger and stronger. Now, am I saying there aren't some places for partials in a weak point in a lift as an assistance in some cases? Yes, but you're not going to break through the plateau. And partials that are used in that manner need to be done as a secondary lift, and they're done at very specific points, but only if there's a deficiency there. So they won't work on exercises if it changes your bar path. So an above the knee rack pull will not carry over to your deadlift. So usually what you're looking for, if you're going to try a partial to help through your 1 rep max sticking point, it's generally going to be about an inch below the sticking point, 1 to 2 inches below. But you cannot use them as a replacement for the main lift. It's not going to work out too well. But I would also recommend you can currently do extra hypertrophy work for that sticking point. All right. I mean, realistically, you still need to approach it from multiple angles. Yep, we are live, Lars. I may not run this much longer. I want to get my shoulder training done here shortly. But as far as the idea of the handling the heavier weight, there's no merit to that. There's no merit to that. Good morning, Jason. Good morning to you, Clarion. Awesome. Well, it looks like at least someone followed me out of this chat just now. Cool. Like it up, fam. Yeah, I'm not going to be in here much longer, guys. This one's 32 minutes, and I need to get some lifting done. And the weather is nice enough. I can finally get some outdoor cardio again. It was raining on me. Yesterday, it wasn't raining when I went to do the cardio, and I went out to go to my garage, put the vest on, and it just started pouring. I'm like, I'm not doing this. All right. Yeah, we're about to go get a good shoulder workout in. I eventually am thinking about working snatch grip high pulls back in on my shoulder days. Kind of goes with the whole power building thing I'm doing because I don't have any heavy shoulder work. Yes, Bazzy, but I don't want to go get my vest soaked, and I don't want to deal with my phone and all my earbuds and everything while I'm streaming. I don't care what David Goggins does. All right. My one thing, I just don't like doing my cardio in the rain. I'll do it in sweltering heat. I'll do it in the cold. I don't want to do it in the rain. That's how I feel about it. All right, guys, but we're definitely going to get some in today. So let me hop out of here. I'm going to go get a shoulder workout done, and then I will get some cardio and a vlog for you guys. So I love all you guys and gals. Let me give you guys a forearm shot before we go, and I'll talk to you next time.